Hey guys, and welcome on into another episode of Picks on Net, NHL Picks and Predictions. I'm your host, Terry Edelman, at TE Picks on Twitter, ready to break down the Thursday slate. 10 games to go over today, and I did want to give warning. I don't have a lot of plays on today's slate, so um, uh, I wanted to do the show because I know people get mad when I don't do the show, so I wanted to do the show anyways. But fair warning, I don't have a lot of plays today. But I'll of course go over leans and my thoughts on games otherwise, because I know people want to hear it, even if I don't have plays. So I do have some plays, but we'll get to that here in a bit. Taking a look back at Tuesday's slate in the NHL was a bit of hot and cold there in the NHL on Tuesday. The Leafs lost. The Habs won for me. Alex Tuch scored. Tage Thompson scored. Nico Hischier didn't score, and then the Sens lost. So pretty much an even day overall in the NHL on Tuesday. Yesterday, unfortunately, was a losing day. Kirill Kaprizov over 1.5 points cashed. And I cannot say how happy it is for me to be able to say the words Kirill Kaprizov and then the words cash after, because it's been a while since I've been able to make money on Mr. Kaprizov. Sharks team total under 0.5 was as off as you could possibly be when it comes to a bet. I thought that we were going to see a masterclass from Marc-Andre Fleury. Wild fans, close your ears for this next comment. But that's not what we saw. What we saw is that Marc-Andre Fleury 100% made the correct decision on retiring. He played awful last night. One of the worst games I've seen from him as a Wild. So, awful game yesterday for Fleury. He's going to have one more chance against Vancouver to finish his career off on a good note. But he proved that he made the right decision with his performance last night. Unfortunately, the Wild puck line losing. Future bets, Dylan Gunther cashed for me the other night. And Joel Eriksson-Ek, 30-plus goals, unfortunately lost. But as I posted on Twitter earlier today, had Eriksson-Ek played a full season, as we saw last night with him scoring 4 goals, had he been healthy this year, he would have cashed that goal prop a long, long time ago. But fortunately, injuries happen, and that is what happened. So there's my little Fleury, not rant, but and Wild fans and maybe even just other fans are going to give me shit on saying that. But hey, I've enjoyed Fleury playing with the Wild. I'm glad that he could finish out his career here. It was a good decision for him to retire, in my opinion. But we'll move on along to the standings. Then we'll, of course, get to today's slate. And then I'll get into the chat. I'm sure it's going to be lively. Toronto in first with 100 points. Tampa Bay in second with 97. The Florida Panthers with 94 points. The Washington Capitals with 107. The Carolina Hurricanes with 96. And the New Jersey Devils with 89 points. We have our first confirmed playoff series matchup, and that is Carolina against New Jersey. So those two teams will be facing each other in the first round of the playoffs. Ottawa with 90 points, 4 points behind Florida, probably sticking in the spot they're in, but hey, you never know. The Montreal Canadiens with 87 points just signed their Russian rookie who's going to make his debut against the team that decided to pass on him and draft someone else, the Chicago Blackhawks, which I believe is on Tuesday. If you guys do not remember, I cashed on Shane Wright's first NHL goal against Montreal, the team that passed on him. So we'll be doing that exact same scenario for against the Hawks, for Demidov against the Hawks. But that's a few days away next week. Detroit, Islanders, Columbus, and the New York Rangers all with 79 points. And there is 5 games left, so the most points those 3 teams can get to is 89. The Habs with 87. Pretty much I'm willing to say that the playoff race is over here. Montreal is going to get that last spot. I cannot see them losing every game to finish the season, and I don't see any of these other teams sweeping their way to a playoff spot. So, in my opinion, all 4 of these teams have already been eliminated. The Buffalo Sabres with 76, hottest team in the NHL. Pittsburgh with 76, and Philadelphia and Boston with 73. In the West, Winnipeg with 110, Dallas with 106. These 2 teams facing each other today, which if Dallas wins in regulation, then we've got a very, very close race for the Central. And I'm kind of hoping Winnipeg wins it as a Wild fan. I would much rather face Winnipeg in the playoffs than Dallas. Colorado with 100, Vegas with 103, LA with 97, the Edmonton Oilers with 95. A big win for Edmonton yesterday against the Blues. And because the Blues lost and the Wild won, the Wild now in the first wild card spot here, 79 games played, the Blues 80. So to be determined what happens here with the final wild card spots. Calgary blowing a 2-goal lead yesterday, in my opinion, pretty much seals their fate here. The Wild can finish them off tomorrow. Vancouver with 85, Utah with 84, Anaheim with 78, Seattle with 74, and the bottom 3 of the Western Conference. A lot of interesting things going on with the standings at this point of the season. If you guys like the show, make sure to hit that like button. If you're new, hit the subscribe button. Appreciate all the support. We are going to get into the chat here. Let's see. I'm hoping the Wild are a nice dog price for tomorrow so I can find a reg and reverse puck line odds. Sorry, as my mouse won't click. Poo their faves, lol. Yeah, doesn't surprise me. They should be faves with Kaprizov back. And yes, going back to that, we saw yesterday how completely different of a team the Wild are with Kaprizov and Ek back in the lineup. You can't even really look at what the Wild had done the previous 10 games because that just doesn't matter anymore. They're a completely different team. Yes, the defense wasn't good. Partly the defense, not completely Fleury's fault, but Flower didn't help that situation at all. So the Wild has some defensive things to clean up, but the offense is back. It is back. TikTok. Yes, TikTok. But not that kind of TikTok. No. Terry, ... Hey, Mr. Earl. I was very upset yesterday reporting you to YouTube and to the FTC. I'm not sure who the FTC is, but great. There we go. No, I'm kidding. Terry Nader. Hey, Mr. Sloth. How's it going? Blues broke my heart and my account last night, spoiled by the Connors. And people are going to have different opinions on this, but when I was looking at the games yesterday and I saw that the St. Louis Blues were a dog against that Oilers lineup, yes, McDavid wasn't announced in yet, but there was absolutely no way that the Blues should have been a dog against that Oilers lineup, even with the Oilers at home. So I'm not one to believe in fishy plays or traps, but that just seemed not right the moment I looked at it. So kept me off the Blues, and I'm glad that kept me off. Tuck and Tage again today. Yes, we'll be talking about them soon. Toronto have won 4 in a row versus Tampa. There we go. The NHL shouldn't allow teams to hide injuries. I guess we can agree with that. Wild scored 8 goals and didn't cover the puck line. Woof. Yeah. The Sharks are just that elite. Yeah. Elite. Yeah, not the word I would use, but they will be. They will be in a couple of years, and I've been saying that all year long. Watch out for the Sharks team in a couple of years. Wow, they're going to be absolutely dangerous. Morning, Terry. Y'all kind of hit one empty net. I know, Brewski. I know. We shouldn't have even had to been shooting at the empty net if we had a goaltender that could stop the puck. Yeah. San Jose is no slouch, and Anaheim and Buffalo are the only teams still playing to win. I suppose, yeah. I never bet on the Sharks and just realized you bet on the Wild. Sorry. Hey, no, it's okay. Sup, Terry, go Sabres. Hey, Olaf. I agree. Carolina slipping and playing poorly at the wrong time in the season. Yes, that is true. And that is why when I look at the Carolina against New Jersey series, I kind of want to look at the Devils either plus 1.5 in the series, or I don't know if the Devils win the series, but that price is just off. I think Carolina's with the way they're playing now, obviously a few games left, but I don't think they should be that big of a favorites here. And Nick completely disagrees with me. He thinks minus 250 is a good price, but I don't agree. The best one-man show available for NHL. Thank you, Mr. Rich. I appreciate that. But we're going to jump into my favorite game of the night, which we just happen to be starting off with, but that's just how it seems to go. The Buffalo Sabres plus, and I know my favorite game of the night is a Buffalo Sabre Columbus Blue Jacket game. I know, I've lost my mind. Buffalo plus 120, the Columbus Blue Jackets minus 140, total of 6.5 here in this game. Looking at goaltenders here, bear with me for a second. James Reimer likely for Buffalo. Merzlikins was first off the ice, which normally means that a goalie is starting. However, after that, it was announced that he has a injury of some kind and will not be starting today. So most likely it will be Danil Tarasov starting for the Blue Jackets. And then James Reimer, he's been really, really good. Coming off a 3-0 shutout against the Carolina Hurricanes in his last game. He's won 7 starts in a row. So just James Reimer is just feeling it right now. And the Sabres team is feeling it right now. Before I get to the reason why this is my favorite game of the night is because of 2 people, Alex Tuch and Tage Thompson. We have been riding their goal props for a few games now. And Tuch, a goal in 6 of his last 7 games, and Thompson 7 of his last 8. That is incredibly tough for one player on a team to do that, to score in 6 of 7 games. But to have 2 players on the same team that are that consistent right now is exactly why the Sabres team is playing as they are. Give me Alex Tuch anytime goal, which I got for plus 210. How Alex Tuch anytime goal is plus 210, I don't know. Tage Thompson plus 140. Yeah, not the best price, but he's scored in 7 of his last 8 games. So I will happily take the plus 140. And I'm also taking Sabres money line here at plus 120. Looking at what the Sabres team has done, and I want to mention some of the teams that they beat in here. Winnipeg, Ottawa, Washington, Ottawa, Tampa Bay, Carolina. Okay, yeah, they've got wins against Boston and Pittsburgh in there. But during this stretch where they've gone 8-1, they've gone into Winnipeg and won 5-3, and they've got into Washington and won 8-5. Those are the top 2 teams in the NHL. But the Sabres team has gone into their building and covered the puck line. The Sabres team, if they just did this at the beginning of the year, if they just started this way, if they went 8-1 as they are now at the beginning of the year, I think we'd be in a completely different situation. The Sabres would be in a completely different situation right now. But that is not the case. But the case is they are playing well right now. I will take them as a road dog. I will take Tuch to score, and I will take Thompson to score. Tuck is not on the same line as Peterka McLeod. What's really weird right now is Taze Thompson is on the first line, Peterka McLeod are on the second line, and Tuck is on the third line. So their offense is spread out, yet everybody is producing. So we're not talking anyone off, looking at Peterka McLeod as well. But for me, Thompson, Tuck, and the Sabres money line. Did not think I would be betting that. I tell you that. Hit that like. Thank you, Rich. I appreciate that. Tuck goal and 2 points. All right. Need a healthy New Jersey blue line for the playoffs. I can agree with that. So if the Blues were a trap last night, Sabres are a trap in this spot here at plus 120. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. This Blues team and this Blues team. Thinking about the Blues. The Sabres team are being priced as they played the whole season long. This game is being priced as looking at the whole season as a whole. If you look at the season as a whole, this Columbus Blue Jackets team has been one. I don't want to say one of the best home teams in the NHL, but they've been a very, very, very strong home team. And this Columbus Blue Jackets team on a season as a whole has been a much better team than the Sabres, and they should be minus 140. Now, that's the season as a whole, but if you look at recent play, absolutely not. The Sabres team, in my opinion here, should be minus 120 in this game. So I see value on the Sabres, and no, I don't see them as a trap. This Columbus Blue Jackets team, other than Merzlikins, is pretty healthy in my opinion, or in my knowledge. So no. Dolly an assist and Tage goal. I like the Tage goal. I do. Probably on an island here, Columbus minus 1. Columbus not eliminated yet. Technically no, but they know they're done. And they've been shut out 2 of their last 3 games. You're not going to make the playoffs if you get shut out in 2 of your last 3 games. They play better at home against the Sabres team that is playing well, but hit the road now, I suppose. But like I said, they went into Winnipeg and they went into Washington. They played well on the road. Zach Werenski, shots on goal. All right. Sabres put up a ton on the road. Can't trust Columbus to put up lots of goals right now. Exactly, Brewski. Exactly. Sorry, but Elvis, who's not playing, Mr. Ice X. So right away, your comment doesn't matter. Not doesn't matter, but your comment is invalid right off the bat because Elvis is not playing. Reimer will get smacked. Maybe, but I don't know. It could be Jack Reeves for Columbus tonight. Have a pizza slice and Thompson plus 1,000 for 2 goals in addition to the anytime. I like that, Jonathan. I like that. Ice X is saying, oh, yes. Your whole plan has been completely destroyed because Elvis is hurt. Sorry. Columbus, number 6 for allowing most goals this season and is the best over team. Sabres first period over 1.5 goals is 29-12. I like it. Give me goals early, preferably by Tuck and Thompson. I would rather not have to sweat. Sabres first over 1.5, and yes, there you go. Jonathan agrees on those stats there. Different numbers, but yeah, same agreement. Over 6.5, I would say yes, but I don't like how the Blue Jackets offense has been. Yeah, they scored some goals in their last game, but had been shut out in back-to-back games before that. James Reimer's playing really well. The Sabres offense is insane right now. So I can see the over, but you're going to need Columbus to help out with that. And I don't. I know Nick said they're not technically eliminated, but any person that looks at the standings realizes that they're pretty much eliminated. They're pretty much eliminated. So I think this Columbus team pretty much thrown in the towel now. They tried their best, but not quite good enough. Thanks, Jonathan. Looks like my notes are a bit off for the Buffalo first period goals. Just saw that Merzlikins is out. Yes, he is. Werenski, 12 plus shots on goal. he has been able he's been able to do that this year for sure. I'm not sure if it happens tonight, but he's definitely been a shots on goal guy. Nathan MacKinnon is out tonight and the rest of the regular season. I would say, is it April Fool's? No, I'm kidding, but no. I would say this kind of surprises me, but it doesn't really. You want to keep him healthy, and what does Colorado have to play for, except to go into the playoffs hot? That's the only thing that you would really want to do at this point, but it doesn't shock me. LOL, oops. Ghostface. Tara saved. Tara saved to the rescue. All right. Columbus last 3 home games, 7, 10, 12 combined goals. Okay, yeah. So maybe the over is a good look here. Maybe the over is the good look. But we'll move on along to our second game, which is the the Chicago Blackhawks and the Boston Bruins. The Blackhawks plus 155, road dogs. The Boston Bruins minus 185, home favorites, and a total of 6 here in this game. Let me find goaltenders if it will allow me. Bear with me for a second. Arvid Soderblom confirmed for the Hawks. Jeremy Swayman unconfirmed for the Boston Bruins. And when I look at this game, the only thing I could possibly look in this game would be Geeky and Pasternak in some fashion. Those two. But do I want to take the Hawks? No, of course not. I don't want to take the Hawks, but do I think the Hawks have a chance here? Yeah, I kind of do. I kind of think the Hawks might have a chance here, but I can't possibly take the Bruins at minus 185. Of course, that's out of my range, so I'd have to look at in regulation or on the puck line. Yes, the Bruins just won 7-2. Before that, losing 6-3, and then before that, winning 5-1. So Boston's kind of all over the place right now. They are scoring goals, though. They are scoring some goals. So maybe the over 6 is the play here, but I just don't like this game. As I said, Pasternak over 1.5 points could be a good look here. Morgan Geeky anytime goal could be a good look here for the Bruins. But ultimately no play for me here in this one. No play. True dramatic delivery. They're resting McKinnon. Yes. Pass to anytime goal. Minus 110. Oof. Minus 110. Geeky and pass to Haddies. There you go. I hope the Bruins go to OT and then lose in OT to the Hawks. Wow. All right. Chicago/Boston. I can never, ever cheer for my team to lose to the Hawks. But Chicago, Boston first period, over 1.5 and full game over. Trying something the rest of the year. 2 teams with nothing to play for equals first period and full game overs. All right. Good luck. I'm kind of going the opposite, and I'm kind of going low volume the rest of the year. Until the playoffs. Geeky, anytime goal, 8 of last 11. Yeah, he's been great. Pasternak over 1.5 points, plus 126, over 2.5 points, plus 420. Geeky goal and assist props. Wow. There we go. Boston has just won 2-game win streak since the break. Yeah, they just haven't been. Well, when you trade away guys like they did, you can understand why they haven't jumped on a win streak. But on to our next game, Detroit Red Wings, Florida Panthers. Detroit plus 175, road dogs. Florida Panthers minus 210. Home favorites, a total of 5.5 here in this one. Cam Talbot against Sergei Bobrovsky here for this game. The only thing I could possibly look at here would be Patrick Kane, a point as a parlay piece involved with something. 0.5 of his last 6 games and 5 of his last 6 against Florida. He's had a lot of success against the Panthers. But ultimately, that's all I could look at in this game. The Panthers got that big win in their last game against the Leafs. Detroit, while not technically eliminated, they're pretty much eliminated. So, unfortunately, this, like every other game on the slate, unfortunately, I'm sorry, is a pass for me. It's just a pass. New York Rangers and the New York Islanders. The Rangers plus 105. Road dogs. The Islanders minus 125. Home favorites. Total of 6 here in this game. Marcus Hogberg likely for the Islanders. Nobody yet confirmed for the Rangers here in this one. Kind of the same deal as our last game. JT Miller and Artemi Panarin. I think point props are good parlay pieces. Here, Bo Horvat 0.45. Holmstrom goes on these point streaks and then disappears, but he's been on the show a lot this year. He just not completely consistent. So maybe he's going to be a good player for this Islanders team because he's one of their few prospects, and we've seen him produce this year. But ultimately, I don't want to take his props here. The Battle of New York, both New York teams will be golfing in the next week and a half. So just nothing here for me. Nothing here for me in this one. Lundell over 2.5 shots on goal, plus 120. Cleared this by margin last 5 and 6 straight versus Detroit. Wow. Okay. Teams just played. ... Yes, did they? Panthers got most of the players back now. It's playoff mode for them. Short-term revenge spot, Florida -1. All right. Over 5, Rangers, Islanders, both are done. Yeah, I agree, Kelly. Both are done. Earl, hey, did not know if it's Tim or Nick. Hope all is well. It's Nick. Earl Sports Bets is always Nick. Lock of the day, New York money line. Ha, ha, ha. So funny. First period over 1.5, full game over 5.5. 2 teams with nothing to play for. If Isles win, Rangers are eliminated. But why don't they have anything to play for, but Columbus does? Aren't they kind of in the same position, though? Because both of these teams are tied with Columbus. So I don't know. I agree they have nothing to play for, but Detroit and Florida just played. Yes. Okay. But on to our next game. Carolina Hurricanes and the Washington Capitals. The Canes, did I make a mistake? -160 road favorites. The Caps, plus 135 home dogs. Here, a total of 6 in this game. Bear with me for 1 second while I just make sure that is correct. And it is. Okay, so no error. No error by me. And this game... What to do with this game? The price is telling me that maybe Ovechkin's not even going to be playing here tonight. Now, before when I did the backgrounds before the show, you're going to see Nathan McKinnon here in a couple games on the sheet because obviously being announced after I pulled the trigger, or after the show started, not playing. But Alexei Protas not playing still. Logan Thompson still injured. The Caps are really going to want to get both of those guys back for the playoffs if they want to go on a long run. Ovechkin passed the goal mark. He scored in 5 in a row, 4 in a row against Carolina. Dylan Strome continues to assist. 5 consecutive games with an assist. 4-5 against Carolina. I don't know. This game, kind of like the Blues game yesterday, just feels weird. This price just feels weird. I'm assuming that maybe Ovechkin's not playing in this game. That would be my only kind of thought here. So I can't get to Ovechkin props. I want to, obviously. He's on a streak, but because he broke the record, and now I'm not saying that he's not going to want to score anymore, just because he broke the record. Obviously, he is going to want to keep scoring so he can build a bigger lead on that record, but this just seems like a bad spot. You can get Ovechkin anytime goal around plus 135 at FanDuel or DraftKings. Dylan Strome assist is around plus 120, plus 128 at FanDuel. So if both of those guys are in the lineup, then maybe those would be the only plays I would look at. Would be Ovechkin goal and Dylan Strome assist, but ultimately passing here in this one. Once again, I have no sympathy for Rangers moneyline bettors. Okay. Is Ovi going to get shut down until the playoffs? I don't know. But that would make a little bit more sense with this price. It would. More overs here. First period, over 1.5, full game over 5.5. I wanted Carolina after the OV record game, but not. Yeah, exactly. I was kind of looking at potentially fading Capitals after that game as well, but they did lose that actual game against the Islanders, so I don't know. Carolina team total over 2.5. Blue Jackets first period over 1.5. Caps 8 straight games giving up 3 or more. Lindgren 4 straight and 5 of 6 giving up 3+. Taylor Radish got bumped to the second line plus 500. Okay, best of luck. Big brouhaha between these two last game. Okay, so we could see some fights maybe here in this game tonight. But on to our next game, and we just had Carolina-Washington, which is a great matchup. And now we've got Winnipeg and Dallas. Winnipeg plus 105, road favorites. The Dallas Stars minus 125, home favorites. Total of 5.5 here in this one. And of course, I forgot goalies. Charlie Lindgren in the last game for Washington. Frederik Andersen likely for Carolina. No one yet announced for Winnipeg here. Jake Onger confirmed for the Dallas Stars. Maybe the draw here in this game, but this one's a toughie. Marchment point is plus money. So I wouldn't talk anyone off looking at Marchment point. Duchesne, Grayling have just been really consistent. Robertson, Rantanen doing well also. I lean with Dallas here. But fading the Jets this season has not gone well whatsoever for me, and I don't intend on doing it here. Now, the playoffs will be a completely different story because this team is completely different in the playoffs. So until we get to the playoffs, though, I really have no interest in betting against them. I lean with Dallas here. Canes team total? Maybe? But do the Canes really care? How much do the Canes care, though? I don't know. Duchesne moneymaker. Yeah, he's just been really consistent. Tyler Seguin going to be returning soon for Dallas as well. Honestly, it's probably going to be Stars against the Avalanche would be my guess. And I'll be on the Stars in that series. But that brings us over to our next game. Vancouver Canucks, Colorado Avalanche. I would say the odds here, but I'm sure that now that McKinnon is out, that the odds have probably drastically changed. But they haven't really. Okay. Colorado minus 200 favorites now. And the Canucks plus 165 road dogs, and still a total of 5.5 here in this one. And I apologize, guys, but no plays here for me in this one. Obviously, McKinnon not playing. I don't want any part in the Avalanche. This Canucks team, don't really have any interest in backing them. However, I do think they're definitely going to score goals in their home game against the Wild, which will be Fleury's last start. I'll probably be looking at Canucks team total in that game over. But here in this one, unfortunately, no play. Here, looking at goalies, Mackenzie Blackwood likely. No one yet confirmed for the Canucks. Dallas minus 125. Bounce back spot after blowing a 5-2 lead with 1 minute left against Dallas the last game. Against the Canucks, yeah. Dallas still live for division. Dallas versus Minnesota could be a fun first-round matchup. No, it would not be a fun first-round matchup. I would much rather have the Jets. Give me the Jets. Because Hellebuck is completely different in the playoffs. Connor, Scheifele, both 2+ goals. Okay. Are there more injuries on the Dallas Blue Line other than Heiskanen? Not that I'm aware of. Jets, Dallas, under 5.5, 7 straight unders between the two. Jets division games are 17-4 to the under. Jets 25-8 versus teams with winning records. Wow. 25-8 against that's amazing. It is. Gentle reminder, likes are free. Thank you, Rich. Thank you. And why is McKinnon out? They're resting him, Kelly. They just want him to be rested and ready to go for the playoffs. Unless there's other news that I'm not aware of with injury. McCarr goal with Mac out. Okay. Big Val anytime goal. Hasn't been consistent for me, so no. Connor Scheifele need 2 goals to reach 40, plus 11,000. Okay. Go Canucks. All right. One positive from the Wild game last night. Canucks to miss the playoffs, plus 170. Rich is going to come after you now, Nick. Rich is going to come after you as our resident Canucks fan. Keep one eye open. More overs here. I could see it. Thank you, Terry. No problem. Thanks for watching, Kelly, as always. But next game, 2 more left. Nashville Predators, Utah Hockey Club. Nashville, plus 175. Road Dogs. Utah, minus 210. Home favorites. A total of 6 here in this one. And I would like to give a big thank you to Mr. Dylan Guenther, cashing my over 55.5 point season point prop. Despite missing 12 games to injury, 3 points in the last game for Mr. Guenther. So thank you so much for cashing that prop for me. Now I still have Utah over 87.5 points. 4 games left. I need 2 wins. And they've got this game against the Predators. So I am cheering for Utah. But when it comes to this game individually, I can't play anything here. Stamkos' goal could be a good look. Forsberg Stamkos' success against the Utah /Arizona franchise. Stamkos has scored in 3 consecutive games. Keller and Guenther have been playing well. Utah has now been eliminated from the playoffs. I don't know exactly how that's going to affect them. The Predators have been without their head coach, Brunette, the last couple of games. He's back tonight. I don't know if that gives them a little bit of motivation. I don't know if he's even lost the room or not. That could be a situation with this Predators team. But ultimately, again, it's just a game I can't get to here. McKinnon is dealing with minor injuries, and Bednar is leaving up to him to decide if he plays this weekend. Okay. Thank you for reminding me to mention this. Veggie starting again. I know. Shocking. Can you believe it? 22 in a row. Yeah. Okay. We'll skip that comment, Boog. Sorry. Guenther birthday goal. Yes, the show is not made for kids, but still, we'll skip that. Guenther birthday goal. Interesting. I did not know it was his birthday. Olaf is laughing at Boo's comment. Yes. Funny. You guessed it. More overs here. First period, full game. Oh, good luck, Nick. I hope these cash for you, but I am looking at lower volume, not higher volume at this point in the season. But best of luck to you. Seattle, Vegas. Seattle plus 225. Road Dogs. The Vegas Golden Knights minus 275. Home favorites. Total of 6 here. In this one, goalies both unconfirmed. I believe Eichel is dealing with an injury and will not. He didn't play in the last game. Not sure his status here. I could only look at Seattle in this game, plus 225. With the way Vegas is playing right now, obviously not having Eichel and the price that this game is. However, I don't trust the Kraken to win at this point in the season. So I'm sorry, guys. I feel bad. I feel bad that I only have 3 plays on today's show. But I wanted to give you guys a show anyway. So maybe, obviously, I don't have a lot of plays, but still, I hope these stats help you. And I hope the show helps you, even though I don't have a lot of plays. So, but I almost skipped a game. How rude of me. Anaheim plus 270, LA Kings minus 340. Total of 5.5 here. Cutter Gauthier is not on this list, but back-to-back games with multiple goals for him. So maybe he can do it 3 in a row. But I know I want no part in this game. I'm not betting against the best home team in the NHL, but I'm not looking at the Kings at this price when, okay, yes, they want to get home ice against the Oilers. I would assume they are 2 points ahead of the Oilers, a game in hand. So LA could still be motivated here. They know that they cannot beat the Oilers to save their life in the playoffs. So I'm sure that they really want home ice with the way they played at home this year to potentially help them finally beat the Oilers. So the Kings could be motivated here. But that being said, I want no part of them. Over Nashville, Utah. I could see that. Can't wait until Saturday to see the Kraken beat the Blues in reg. Wow. I kind of hope not. I kind of want the Blues to win because I want the Wild to face the Jets. I do not want the Wild to face Dallas or, well, actually, Vegas. Going over and playing Vegas wouldn't be that awful at this point. So we'll see what happens. But OwnersBox Fantasy Sports, player picks, salary cap, lightning lineups, promo code TPICS. Link is in the description of the video. When it comes to premium plays, I have some baseball plays. 2-3 of them have already started. I only have 1 play for later on. So anyone that buys my all access pass today, I'll add an additional day for tomorrow. Just because I only have 1 premium play that I've not given out or that has not started yet. So if you guys like the show, make sure to hit that like button. Also hit the subscribe button if you're new. Appreciate all the support. No prop hitters today. As I've said, I don't know about numerous times, but as I've said previously, the baseball show, while NHL is still on, is going to be hit or miss. So it's not going to be a daily thing, just whenever I'm able to do it. But now we'll go into the chat and see what everyone says here. Big game for LA, who is Colorado and Edmonton after tonight in their quest for second place. No way I will bet LA. I agree, Jonathan. I agree. Big game, but yeah, I can't get to them. Thank you for the birthday info, says Kelly to Brewski. Going to be funny when the Kings get home ice and still lose. For me, how healthy is McDavid, Draisaitl, and Ekholm? How healthy are they? That's my only thoughts looking at this playoff matchup. But yes, the Kings have not been able to beat the Oilers. If they get home ice, and if Draisaitl and McDavid are 70%, then 70-80%, then I think the Kings could possibly get it done. But Montour anytime goal, early birthday gift. Tomorrow is his birthday. All right. Well, I want the Flames to make the playoffs. Well, you're banned. You're banned, Isaac. No, I'm kidding. You're banned. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. They needed to win that. They could not blow that game last night. They need home ice. The Kings, yeah, or they desperately do. Peace and love. Thanks, Rich. I appreciate it. On the other side, maybe a sizable bet on the Flames to miss. Oh, so Jonathan wants. You're a Wild fan like me, Jonathan. You're a Wild fan like me for the next few games, with a sizable bet on the Flames to miss. Thanks, Terry. No problem, Kelly. Connor looked very healthy last night with 3 assists. Yes, so it all depends on their health, but it's just not a good matchup for the Kings. The Oilers just have not been a good matchup for them, especially in the playoffs. Oh wow, ... LOL. But that's today's show. Thank you everyone for watching. Best luck today on the slate. Go Sabres, go Tuck, go Thompson. Let's all make some money. And we'll see you guys on the next show, which I think will be tomorrow, but I'm not 100% sure. I haven't looked at tomorrow's games. obviously Wild and Calgary are there, which is a very important game. But yeah, we will see you guys in the next show. Best of luck today. Thanks for watching, guys. Good luck today.